Why do people who have been through trauma get so angry and stay so angry after they experience this? It might be in the form of wanting to make that person that made this thing happen experience as much pain as you did. It might be you wanting to just be done with this whole situation, blow it to smithereens. It might be you just writing the whole person off if they have a different opinion about what you feel passionately about. Anger in trauma. What is the connection? And how do you move past the anger and keep on going toward the goal you had originally before the trauma even happened? I'm Dana Hicks, a licensed clinical mental health counselor, and I have some tips for you about understanding the connection between anger and trauma and moving past that anger toward your original goal and progressing just like you were before the trauma happened. So, first, anger and trauma. When you've been through a trauma that has not been processed yet, it's typical for the brain to get stuck in what's called survival mode. So all the energy is focusing on keeping you alive rather than problem solving and thinking normally. So through anger is in the fight camp between fight and flight. So you've decided to stay, defend, and protect, right? So you're defending and protecting. I encourage you, if you're feeling anger, to ask, what are you protecting? What are you defending? If it's your physical safety, your immediate physical safety, please go ahead and progress however your body needs you to do. Just go ahead. Because that's what our brains are for. But if it's not immediate physical danger, I encourage you to look inside and see what exactly am I defending? What am I protecting? Because anger is a protecting emotion. It's a guarding emotion. It guards the more vulnerable emotions inside so that we come off as strong and capable and good in front of people who might be a threat. But I encourage you to look on the inside and see what it is that's vulnerable that might need some attention. So the first thing that comes to mind is validation. If you're angry, you might be looking for validation from the outside as to tell you that what happened was not okay and that it was wrong and it's not your fault. That's on someone or someone else. Do you know who the best validator, the most helpful validator is that you could ever have? It's right inside of you. You are your own most helpful and effective validator. If you just give yourself time and space and say to yourself, you know what, that was not okay. That's not on me. That's somewhere else. Then you take that emotional burden off of yourself and free yourself to look at your original goal that you had before the trauma happened and keep on progressing. It also might be a reason that you're defending, might be a weakness, might have come up in the middle of that trauma that you're insecure about and you feel the need to guard and defend. So, in that case, ask yourself, what is that weakness? Is it really true? Is it really there? Or did I imagine it? If it is true, if you test it and you see, oh yeah, there's room to grow there, well then do the work. You can do the work. You can just look for ways to grow in that area and do it. Build that muscle. We are always learning. It's okay. You can do that. And then when you do that, all of a sudden you are not as insecure. And so you no longer have that need to be angry and defend yourself, right? Because you know that you are okay just the way you are. And then you're free to go along your path toward the goal you had in the beginning, right? And the strengthening that you do in response to that weakness could just bolster you even closer to the goal that you had originally, right? So, to review, anger is the fight mode of fight and flight. So your brain, it's a natural response. It's totally understandable. It's a natural response to trauma. It guards though. So ask yourself, what am I guarding? If it's immediate physical danger, keep on going with that anger, right? If it is not though, ask yourself, well, what is on the inside that's vulnerable that I'm guarding? If it's validation, you are the most helpful and effective validator that you could ever have. So I encourage you to take time and space for yourself and just say, that was not okay. Get to a spot where you really believe that that was not okay. And then that lifts the burden off so that you can continue along your path towards your original goal. If it is, ask yourself if there's a weakness that came up through the trauma. If so, do the work to strengthen that. And then the confidence that you gain from that can only bolster you toward your original goal you had before the trauma even happened. So that's my gift to you. I encourage you to like, comment, or subscribe below with no strings attached.